Are you losing money? Are you losing money as a result of high workers' compensation claims? According to National Safety Council statistics, the average disabling injury costs a business $27,000. Back injuries are by far the leading on-the-job disabling injury, accounting for 770,000 injuries by workers each year, and the largest amount of workers' compensation costs. Lifting training should be your first priority in reducing worker injuries. For most companies, it just takes 1 or 2 prevented injuries to pay for the correct lifting training. Training that will give your employees a lifetime of safe lifting. But what do you know about proper lifting? Isn't it true to lift properly, you need to position your feet shoulder distance apart, keep your back straight, and lift with your legs? That, however, is the traditional squat lift, which unfortunately is not a practical way to lift on the job or at home. Risk Management Consultants has developed a program that will not only teach your workers how to lift, but also increase productivity along with morale. The program is called Powerlift, lifting training that works. But Powerlift is different than any other lifting training program you've ever seen. It is a complete departure from the traditional ways you've been taught to lift. Powerlift utilizes wide stance lifting, a lifting technique well recognized by athletes everywhere, including weightlifters.
It's easy to learn to do. It's not a very complicated program, but more importantly, you can demonstrate in the training the difference between proper lifting and improper lifting. You can actually feel it in your back, so when you leave there, it's a logical thing to do.
Dr. Michael Schaefer is the creator of Powerlift Training and has developed a patented method of teaching the technique to workers. Dr. Schaefer is board certified in orthopedics and an expert in the field of lifting injuries and injury prevention training.
Instead, if we kick our foot off to the side wider than shoulder distance to get down to the exact same level, look, I don't have to bend my knees nearly as far. The human leg, your legs, are engineered to operate efficiently from this angle. That is where your power is when you're lifting.
Powerlift has been used to train tens of thousands of workers across the country in the mechanics of lifting. Companies such as Northwest Airlines, National Car Rental, 3M, and the United States Postal Service, as well as hospitals, long-term care facilities, and manufacturing companies of all types, use Powerlift because they know it works.
We wanted to look at a different method, and we believe that Powerlift is going to save us our workers' comp costs, as we've seen some of our...
We've dropped 43 points on our modification factor, which is a significant savings in premiums. And the dollar amount would be in excess of $30,000 a year savings.
The people can't believe the difference it makes by using the Powerlift technique versus what they were using before. It just feels a lot easier.
Our clients agree that Powerlift increases performance, teamwork, communication, employee relations, employee involvement, productivity, safety skills, and attitude, and decreases workers' compensation costs, lost workdays, potential litigation, and turnover.
We've seen our costs go from in excess of $500,000 down to in the neighborhood of like $25,000. So those results have been dramatic.
$27,000. That's the average cost of one workers' compensation claim. Take a quick look at how much your company pays each year in direct and indirect workers' compensation costs. It is estimated that a company's indirect costs from worker injuries are 4 to 8 times more than its direct costs. Now take a look at the cost of Powerlift training.
The average back injury in 3M runs between $30,000 and $40,000 a year. But if you can just reduce one of those injuries, you've actually paid for the program for a plant the size of 900 people in it.
Just 1 or 2 prevented injuries will pay for Powerlift training, while at the same time educating your employees for a lifetime of safe lifting. For more information about Powerlift or to arrange a demonstration class, call 1-800-470-7010.